Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hold your power.
I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism, and with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. You will embarrass yourself, you will suck at something. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. I didn't quit. I prayed. I prayed. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break.
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Welcome. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Let's see what's going on. So, I've got a lot to share with you guys today. I've got a lot. But it's going to be an open panel, but I want to share with you guys the new information that we have received. We went over the video all over the weekend, a couple of mods and myself, and different ones at different times. So I'm going to share with you some new information that you guys did not know on the Tyre Nichols case. For some reason, there is a couple of channels out there. I'm just so totally in agreement with them because if you put out the wrong information, it's just not good. And but you know, they can do what they want to do. It's the freedom of speech, but it don't help the situation. So I'm going to share with you guys some new information that I know you haven't heard. First of all, I want to thank everybody coming on out here and joining me today. Today is Monday. This is open panel. So after I go over the new information, it'll be about 30 minutes into the live. You guys can call in or come up on the panel on the platform and speak your piece. you will be entered. I was going to bring the egg down here. You will be entered in our Easter giveaway. We're going to give it away April the 1st, since Easter is going to be April the 9th. That way I can get it to you that day or the next day, and you can have it before Easter, and maybe, go out to eat, get all your goodies and be happy. But it is going to be pretty nice. We're only giving away one. Let me give some updates. We are Cody's Voices in the building, and that is Nancy. She's got Cody's bench and his memorance, his plaques and stuff. She got a confirmation that they're going to be putting up that. She was supposed to send me the GoFundMe. They're up to about $500-$600. She needs $1,500. Hopefully she'll give me that GoFundMe app or whatever. I mean, not app, but the link or whatever. And as I know you over there, 510 or whatever, something, and we can get that paid for, because it's only about $1,500. We can come up with $1,500 within a month, whatever. We can do that. But I didn't get it, or I don't know where. I'm looking right now. I got one. Let me see. I got one new message. I found this on the news. So, okay. It's a permanent tribute for missing Cody Bixby. They had him on the news a couple of days ago, and I was like, why nobody didn't call and tell me what was going on? But she did come in the room. She came in the room and then she bounced out real quick. But anyway, you guys, once she gets me the GoFundMe, I will share with you guys, and I will put in a donation. And we're going to make that happen, because Cody is our baby. Anyway, what we're going to be talking about today is Tyre. If I said Gibson, you guys, please forgive me. Tyre Nichols. She says, okay, going to send it again. Okay, send it again. Tyre Nichols. So you guys, I'm going to tell you, first of all, when they gave us the video, they gave us 4 parts of the video, and you heard this and you heard that and this, that, and all this other stuff. And anyway, there's a reason why they gave it to us like that. They broke it up and everything, so you really wouldn't get a gist of what happened when it happened. But if you really do some digging, you can kind of get an understanding of what's going on. Now, first of all, I want to tell you, people be like, oh, I felt so bad. I heard him call for his mama 3 times. No, you guys, he didn't call for his mama 3 times. He called for his mama 9 times. 9 times. Hold on just 1 minute. Okay, I would get a call. He called for his mother 9 times. He was like, Mom. And you know why? Because he was just 3 houses down from his mother. That's where he was going. They did take his tag number down. They took his tag number. They knew where he was going, so they were looking for him. It was a human hunt, you guys. That's what it was. It was a human hunt. Okay? I'm going to share some information that a lot of you guys, hopefully when you go to these other channels, you let them know what you know, because if you really do your research, you can find out all this stuff, what I'm telling you, but you really got to listen to it and go over. First of all, this Preston Hampfield, okay? Preston Hampfield. Okay. Let me tell you guys something. Preston Hampfield was in the back of Tyre. Now, Emmett, I don't know, he was on the side, and this Demetrius Haley, he was there when they stopped him the first time. Now, I'm going to say this, and this might be just me. It could be what you guys think, But had not they stopped him, this other channel was like, oh yeah, they were really trying to stop him. The chief of police done already said he was not driving reckless. There was no reason in the world to stop him. So when I see other African American people joining in on the disruptive of the case, saying something that is not true, it does make me angry. I want that person's phone number to call them up and tell them to come on over here and let's talk about it, because you're not making no sense, and you're not making it any better by saying the things that you're saying. If the chief of police said they have looked and he wasn't swerving and he wasn't driving reckless, there was no reason in the world to stop him, then that's what it is. Hey, information man. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you're trying to say, yeah, he was driving reckless and everything, and they had a reason to stop him. No, they did not. They did not have a reason to stop him. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they was looking for someone else. And I'm going to tell you something else that you may not hear from nowhere else, because nobody wants to say it, but I'm going to say it like T.I. is. Guess what? Preston Hanfield did not get fired. Preston Hanfield quit before all of this hit the fan. So he is not decertified. They didn't do no thing. He can go get a work somewhere else, because you can't go back and undo something on somebody when they quit. Just like if I quit, if somebody wanted to write me up and they was like, come on in, Sonny, come on in. And I'll be like, I quit. You can't write me up, because you can write me up all you want, because guess what? I quit before you wrote me up, or I quit before you fired me, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So Preston Hanfield quit before he got, taken off the case or laid off or administrative leave. He already knew, because guess what? If you really pay attention, they had caught the guy that they were looking for at the same time they had caught Tyre. Yes. Matter of fact, they said, God dang, what? They was like, we got the guy over here. They was like, God dang. Then he said, Luke, come here, man. What they talking about? It looked like the Three Stooges, you guys. It really did. I would show it to you, but it will give the family no respect whatsoever. They need to really pay attention. And I know how hard it is or whatever, but sometimes you need to look at things. You cannot turn away and let everybody tell you what was said and what was done or whatever. Look and see what happened, because it's all going to come on out. Now, here's the thing. So Hanfield was behind him. So if Emmett was trying to stop him, why is Emmett on the side and Hanfield's behind? They're trying to say Preston was, he was the backup guy. And I heard that it was, Haley that was trying to stop him or whatever. You know what? To be honest with you, only thing I know is Preston's car was behind Tyre's car. I know that. And if you're trying to stop somebody, you don't be on the side of them going, hey, you stop. Now, sometimes they do that. But to be directly behind him, you're the catalyst. You started this. And I don't know why Preston is not, one of the persons charged, because I guarantee you, if I told you, hey, look here, I got a good idea. I'm going to go in the store and I'm going to rob it. Okay. And then I go to the store and then, and I go in there and and I'm doing something. Then I say, oh, you know what? Oh, I feel like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to go do this, do that. Some women have a heart attack because other people in there, y'all over there robbing the place, and I go on about my business. I'm going to get the same charges you get, because guarantee, guess what? You know what? Had not we went because of you, this wouldn't be happening. You guys understand what I'm saying? Sounds you say, I ain't going with you. Girl, I'm dragging you with me. But what I'm saying, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? If you're involved, he's like, he just tased him. First of all, you stopped the guy. You violated his rights. You stopped him. when you shouldn't have. He was not doing anything. Mistaken identity. You thought it was somebody else. You thought it was a drug dealer or whatever, or whoever you thought it was. Somebody had got stabbed. Anyway, you thought it was this person. You stopped him. Y'all didn't say, put your hands up, sure, even if it was reckless driving, it's just a ticket. Make sure they're not having a medical condition or the phone didn't fall or something. You don't just jump out the car and grab them. And you was a part of that, Preston. You was a part of that kidnapping. When you take somebody out of their comfort zone of their space and put them over here, and then you're tasing them and you're chasing them down the street. This kid didn't. Matter of fact, you know what he said, you guys? I'm gonna tell you what he said. He said, y'all doing too much. This is what he said. He said, I'm just trying to go home. Y'all doing a lot. Okay, I'm gonna share just the beginning of this with you guys. I want you guys to hear it. We're not gonna show no videos because I promised the family I wouldn't do that. Just in case the mom and the dad wants to come on our show, we got nothing to be scared of that we didn't show, because thank you, Phyllis. We're just not gonna do that. So let me go to video 1. Hold on. Let me make sure my volume is all the way up. I want you guys to just to hear it. Hold on. Only thing he's saying is, all right. You don't have to do that. All right. He is in agreement with whatever you want me to do. That's what I'm doing. And they're all involved in this. All right. Okay. Now, wait. We're going to count how many. Well, he won't be doing the mom calling right here. But I want you guys to listen. Did you hear him? You guys are really doing a lot right now. You guys are doing really a lot right now. He is not believing. He's not believing it, you guys. He's not believing this is really even happening. Let me back up just a little bit. Now listen to what he's saying. You guys are doing a lot right now. He doesn't even know if they really police officers, because he ain't never entered in nothing like this in his life. He said, I'm just trying to go home. You guys, we're going to finish listening to the rest of this, but it just disturbs me. But we're going to finish listening to the rest of it. He was like, I'm going to back it up so you guys can hear him say, you guys are really doing a lot right now. He's not understanding that this is a human hunt.
gate. We're at Range and Ross. Taser is deployed. Suspect is running down Ross.
So anyway, that's 1 minute and 47 seconds into the live. They did not identify themselves. They didn't say, hey, police. I did hear at the beginning, get your hands up. But by the time he's sitting there, he's got his blinker light on. They come up, snatch him out the car. Now, someone else said that this is all legal. Like they were, following the protocol and they might get just a misdemeanor. All of them needs to do some time because you kidnapped this kid. You kidnapped him. That's what you did. And you guys, if you tased him, that's a part of abuse. If you kicked him, if you held him down for the other person to hit him, that's still part of the abuse. If you would not be holding him down, would not be tasing him, chasing after him, it is a part of it. You guys all are involved. Okay? Now, I'm going to share something with you that you did not know, and I'm going to tell you this for a fact. I know it, and we will get into it later on, but you can share this with anybody because I stand on what I say. So there was 3 EMTs. 2 of them was working it. They was the technicians, and then you got the supervisor. She was doing the driving. They said that they let them go. The paramedics, they let them go, and that settles that. Here's the thing. The paramedic supervisor, they said she never got out the vehicle, right? Okay. Hold on. You guys, she did get out the vehicle. She got out the vehicle. She was on the video. She kind of giggled about it. Y'all was chasing him. Y'all was chasing him. All right, you guys, you know what? Be safe out there. And she jumped back in the vehicle. But she got out the vehicle. She did get out the vehicle. And she seen the damage that was done to him. And then not only that, they took him. Usually when they do trauma and there's bleeding, there's head injury and things of that nature. And they're supposed to take you to the regional hospital because they can deal with bleeding and massive, extensive surgeries and stuff. They took him to St. Francis where, like if you had a finger cut or burn or something, they took him over there. And to transfer him back to where he needed to go to get the help that he needed, it would have been just absurd. But I tell you what, so they knew while they were on the scene that they had got the wrong person. They knew this. It's not on this one right here, but I'll show you maybe Wednesday or Friday when we play it. I'll show you. They'll say, we got such and such apprehended. And so I guess it's Luke, the person that we don't see. Soldier Girl says she was giggling like it was a party. Okay. So we got somebody in here that's been doing research and was listening too. So anyway, they decided that they were going to well when she got back in the car, she got back in the vehicle like she never did get out the vehicle. They need to make sure she never get a job. See, all these people, quitting a job is just quitting a job, but they can go somewhere. That's why CJ is over there in Memphis right now. She's supposed to have got fired over here in Atlanta. She runs right on over here and do the same corruptive stuff because guess what? She thinks what she's doing working because the numbers are out there. But when there's one innocent person that dies, it doesn't matter how many people are doing drugs or stealing and lying and cheating and robbing and begging. You done killed an innocent person and you cannot do that, especially when you're the police. So they're trying to say, oh, Preston felt really bad. He hurried up and quit. You know what? He was told to hurry up and quit. To save himself. That's what you do when you know you finna get fired and you finna get your license taken. You can't go nowhere else. You hurry up and quit. I know I do it. If I feel like my boss or something gonna write me up or whatever. And if I don't want to deal with it, they'd be like, can you come in? I'd be like, for what? They was like, just come in. We just want to talk. I said, you know what? I'll call y'all in 2 days. They called me in 2 days. They said, can you come in, Sonny? I said, I quit. They'd be like, oh, but what's going on? I was like, hey, I ain't got time to deal with y'all. I quit. They was like, well, it was just a little misunderstanding and you want me to come in there? You know what? I'll sign your paperwork. I really don't care. But I quit. I don't care if you pay me or not pay me or whatever. I quit. Because first of all, I'm not going to let you lie on me and then sit there and be like, well, we're trying to help you. Just quit. Quit before it happens. If you know when it's going to happen. You know if they like, it may be little what they were talking to me about, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. How many write-ups am I going to let you do on me? It makes me look bad. You know what I'm saying? Then, I mean, there's new laws now that the jobs can't call another job and say, hey, how was this employee? But they'd still do it. It's against the law, but they still do it. They're not supposed to, they can call your job and say, hey, did they work for you? And then they start running them out like, yeah, she was terrible. She did this and she did that. And they don't never tell you that they heard that about you. So it's best to just quit and go on your merry way. SP quit and then rehire herself. Yes, I do. I quit and don't even use them as a reference because guess what? I always keep me 2 jobs. Anyway, you guys, I am going to put the thing up here for the invite. Oh, Lord. Let me see. Let me copy it here. And if you want a ticket, and this only way you can get a ticket in this egg is a golden egg, and it's got so many things in it. The golden egg is about this big. It's about this big. The golden egg is you got to either come up on the platform or call in and just talk to me for 10 minutes. Just talk and let everybody know what you're feeling about this case because we're going to follow this case to the end, you guys. I told Papa we're going to do it, and I'm very interested in it. I'm very interested in going back to Memphis, seeing what's going on. They got the dates where they're so ahead that I can, schedule my days off from my job to be there. So I want to meet the mom and the dad, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? So anyway, what else was it I was going to tell you guys about this case? The main thing. So there's a guy there named Luke. We don't know where he worked, but they were taking the orders to Luke, trying to talk to Luke about what was going on. Like, hey, Luke, fix this or fix that or whatever. But here's another thing. SP, my daughter lost her job a few days ago because of troublemakers at work. I told her to call the state. I told my son about the trip to Memphis. He's scared to go in courthouse, but we coming. All right, Soldier Girl, let's go. All right. Okay, Soldier Girl, I'll see you there. There is another officer there that was helping them as they were holding him down and stumping him and kicking him. And it wasn't a black officer. It wasn't Hanfield, but it was another white officer. And you guys, nobody's talking about that. But wait till all of this come out. You guys going to hear about people that you're going to like, where do they fit in at? Because you're looking at the part it's bad, but if they really would have just showed it, you wouldn't have been able to stomach it. You just wouldn't. Your daughter has worked there for 9 years. Well, anybody can get it. I'm just being honest with you. I haven't worked this job where I'm working at that long. And the girl that I trained, she got fired last week. I didn't know nothing about it until I got off work. She got fired. And I'm like, wow, because I thought my boss did not have a backbone. Evidently, he fired her and said, hey, we'll make it work or whatever. And he didn't tell nobody, didn't say it was coming or anything. And that kind of scares me, because once you fire somebody, that'll make everybody do the right thing. Especially people be like, oh, yeah, you can get other jobs anywhere. Who wants to start over? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. Things like that happens. People get fired. They've been there. Hey, look at it like this, Mary. You saying your daughter been there for 9 years. I was at a job for 15 years. And guess what? They didn't have no problem trying to put me in a bad situation. And they put me in a bad situation. You know what I said? I said, I quit. I was there for 15 years. I could have worked it out and stayed there and all this other stuff. I had 401k and good insurance and everything. Everything was good. Been there 15 years. But they put me in a bad situation. And I wasn't going to lose my license just because, I'm tripping on how many years I've been there. I just quit. And I couldn't tell, the next job I go to, yeah, I worked there for 15 years, because they would have been like, oh, yeah, she's, she this, she that. So you know what? I just quit. I had another job at the time that I quit them. So I didn't have to go running, chasing, going to go get another job. I worked at a nursing home and fired for no reason. They take that serious. You have to file for unemployment for the investigation. And I won my case. Well, it's really hard to not get your unemployment, because, you can get unemployment if you really don't even have a car and you can't make it to work. It's actually, your employer pays that, because, that's why your pay is where it is. May the 1st. That's when the trip is, Phyllis. So, the only way you can get fired and not win your case is you don't show up for the investigation when they call, or, you stole something, or you was on some drugs or something like that. But other than that, you could have did something. It doesn't matter if you done it or not. They could still, you could still win your case. Nobody likes to pay unemployment, but because they can get that money back or keep it in their thing just in case. You know what I'm saying? But it's always good to get unemployment. I've only had it one time in my life, and I had an extension on it, and it helped me get through school. And yeah, that's what I did. And my job was really helpful, and they filled out all the paperwork for everybody that got laid off. And the only thing I had to do was just call in every week and tell them I was looking for a job. I went through the phone book and called them up and said, yeah. Every time I went out to eat or went to the store, I said, hey, you guys working? You guys got a job? What's your name? And they either said I wasn't really trying to go get a job getting, minimum wage, because to be honest with you, I would put myself in a bad situation to have a job like that. Now, I did end up with a minimum wage job, but it was under the conditions that, if I was late, it was because of school, and they wouldn't write me up or anything. And when I went in there, since they were really lenient about that, and if I called, they'd be like, okay, she's gonna come in or something. They hired me anyway, and I did a good job. I did such a good job. When I finally finished school, they offered me a job, and I said, no, no, I'm going to be a nurse, and now I need to try to do that. They wanted to hire me and offer me more money and all of this other stuff, and I just still couldn't do it. And I really did like the job. I look at that job all the time. I would tell her to go collect. Imagine losing a job because the drama queens. Drama is everywhere, Mary. It's everywhere. And that's what we were talking about over here. Like a lot of people were saying that, it's easy to stay away from the drama, but it is not as easy as people think, because you had a job 8, 10, 12 hours, and you got to talk to these people because, you got to do your job. So, you got to know who did what. And, you don't want to go in, all sour mouth like this, you know. Yep. Corey does go back to court on March the 3rd. I thought he went to court on the 27th, which was today. So that's why I was trying to get in touch with Nancy to find out what Nancy, hey, isn't he got court? What's going on? So yeah. SP, how is your daughter? My son is finishing a year as exchange student in Miami. God bless her. My daughters are doing very well. I found out that my youngest one was in town just a couple of days ago, and I didn't get to see her. I don't know why, but that's what it is. I ain't tripping. Because Diesel's a handful. You guys understand what I'm saying? Diesel's my baby now. I mean, if she came to town, and I don't know what she was coming for. She said she was coming, but she didn't stop here. And if she did, I probably wasn't. My phone's been acting weird or whatever, and she called me from a different number. I don't know what to tell you. I don't answer my phone just for anybody. But my one daughter, she got out of school. She started her own store. She got her own store. And so she says she's doing well. I don't hear from her a lot because she says she took a lot of her clients. So when she was going to school and she was working a job, she took all her clients with her. So she did that. And so she's booked. She's still working her job, but it's paying for her store rent and stuff. So that's on that. My son is still working his same job. He's been working at the church, and he does that's who called me a few minutes ago. And my little one, she's still working at her job when she got out of school. She's still working her same job. So, I sent her a little money, and I always send her a little money because she makes bad decisions, but she's trying. I don't send her a lot because, I don't, she doesn't ask for money. She just won't. She won't, but sometimes I can buy her lunch or something. She's still my baby. And, that's how that goes. But anyway, you guys, this weekend, I was looking at the Tyre case, and it was just terrible. You guys want to hear the other half? There's 2 more parts. Uh-oh. See, somebody's calling me. See, I don't even answer that. But when I listen to these videos, they do make me sad. They really do. They make me sad. Here, let's go to the part 2, because I want you guys to hear. I don't think it's part 2. I think it's part 3. I think it's part 3 is when they find out that they got the wrong person. That's what's terrible. So everybody is talking about, thank you, Soldier Girl. Everybody is talking about how these guys are going to get off. I don't believe they're going to get off. I do believe that they're going to have to pay. They're saying Emmett's going to get off. Emmett's not going to get off. Demetrius is not going to get off. Miles is not going to get off, or Mills are not going to get off. These guys they sit there and said what they did. I was hitting him with haymakers. I was rocking him, and then Mills was rocking him. I don't know how you're going to get off. You said it. You guys are saying what happened. She said, my daughter lived 30 minutes away. I never see her, go figure. Kids grow up and they do some things. I ran into a young lady I went to school with. She actually was my daughter's foster mother. Now, here's the thing. She asked me, have I seen my daughter? And I said, no. She was like, oh, she was here January. I said, I know she was. She was like, yeah, she came to the house. I said, oh. I said, well, oh, well. You see what I'm saying? So I look at things like this. You know, when you're going to need help, you're going to run and you're going to be like, Mom. I'm going to be like, who are you? No, I'm just being honest. You know, like, people be nice to your children or whatever, and that's fine. But your kids, they all do that. They all do that. My daughter did it. She when she grew up, when she hit 14, 15, you know, she was like, oh yeah, you know, their mom is a better mom than you, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, go find out. Go figure. Next thing I know, she was back at the house. Mom, what? You know, my kids are my kids. I wish them well. I wish them the best. I will help them with anything that they try to do, succeed. But to be honest with you, they're their own person and I love them to death, but I don't get mixed all in with my children. I just don't, because, you know, they're going to make bad decisions and stuff, you know, and they're going to get with the person that they think they love or like, and then they're going to leave you alone and you're going to be there by yourself. So, you know, when they're like, well, you know, you got married and I didn't like this and it was just me and you know what? I'm not going to be alone just so you can be, you know what? For real? No, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm the parent. And if that's what you want to do, you can go do it over there. But over here, if I want to go to school, I'm going to school. If I want a dog, I'm going to get a dog. If I want a husband, I'm going to get a husband. If I want a new car, I'm going to get a new car. I ain't got to ask no kid. I ain't got to worry about, if you come, you come. If you don't, I'm too busy for you to come over here anyway. I got a life of my own. Go enjoy yours. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get mad because my kids don't come by or they don't come visit me. It makes me a little sad that you done came all the way into town. You done went 400 miles. You didn't come see me, but you'll call and ask me for money or whatever, or my car broke down and can you help me out or whatever. And, you know, that's why sometimes when people call, I don't worry about answering my phone. You know, it is what it is, you guys. You know what I'm saying? My kids are grown. And hopefully they make the right decision. If they don't make the right decision, we'll hear about it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. I do worry about one, and that's my son, because he's like Tyre. If something happened like that, he's going to think that everything that he has seen and learned and how the law is supposed to be and how you're supposed to conduct yourself, like Tyre was doing, he's going to do that. He's going to say, hey, you guys are doing too much. Hey, okay, I'm on the ground. Okay. And they start roughing him up. He's going to get scared. And he's going to say, what the F is going on? And you know what? He's going to take off running. And, you know, I'm scared. And so when I tell you guys that this touches me, it actually touches me, because I've got a son that I have to worry about, because he's same age, 29, that he danced to his own beat. He does everything right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He gets in little stuff, you know, here with the girls and this, got a baby and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? He works a job and everything. But You can't, I mean, he knows about the world. Trust me, he knows. But we raise our kids up to be good, abiding citizens. We don't raise them up to be thugs and out there doing the most like these police officers were doing to this gentleman. And so I am going to support this family 100%. I'm going to support them with everything that I have. I'm going to go down there and I just can't understand why and how these police officers, you guys can call in at any time, all pleaded not guilty. And they need to have more that's arrested. And it's just weird how they only got the 5 African Americans up there. There was a white officer there too. The woman did get out the vehicle. Everything that they're telling us is the news is just not even true. When you watch the videos, it's not even true. And that's why one of the attorneys is saying, he wants to preserve all the video. Hey, this is SP. I got you, soldier girl.
Hey, Miss SP.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I've been having a little sickness. I've been to the hospital Friday. I'm sorry I missed out.
Okay, I'm gonna got your name in the Easter egg. You go, girl. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm doing much better today, thank you.
Well, good.
When you started talking about your son, how you worry about him, because he's like Tyre, you know, a young black male. I have a young black male son, my youngest. He's 21. I have 3 sons, actually. The other 2 are older and can take care of themselves. They're actually in their 30s. But my 21-year-old that's in college, and he's away from me. I live in Tennessee. Right now he lives in Miami because he's going to school down there. He changed from his college up here. So he'll be back in May, beginning last of April. But the thing is, like you were saying, we worry about them. And I worry about him because even if he's not doing nothing wrong, he's the type, he is the best one out of all of mine. And I don't compare mine, but even my older sons say, Toby's just different, okay? He doesn't smoke or drink. He doesn't hang out. He doesn't have a gun. He's strictly like college type, where my other 2 didn't go, well, tried to go to college, but didn't finish and things like that. So he's different.
Right.
So but he loves that rap music. He's like, he does everything like another 21-year-old would do, like driving a lot. He loves fast cars, things like that. And that alone worries me. A fast car, you think you're not going to get caught just because you're on the highway and everybody's going fast. That's what he tells me. Yeah, but they probably don't have, they may not have the same skin color you got. And when you in a place where, like Miami is mostly like, not even hardly any blacks there. It's mostly like, unless you go to Little Haiti or somewhere, it's mostly, I hate to bring the race into it, but it's a part of it, you know?
Right.
See, they don't have his skin color because they are Cuban or Puerto Rican. There's a lot of people that's Hispanic in Florida. And when you get to Nashville, well, you know it's mostly white. So, well, I do. So, I mean, the cops down here, they're pretty reasonable, but then you can get that one cop. All it takes is one dirty cop to profile you. And I try to tell my son, look, just because you got away with something last time they didn't catch you speeding, that doesn't mean the next time some someone won't catch you speeding. All it takes is one rogue cop to look at you the wrong way, and then you get offended, and then you say something you shouldn't say. And I've seen it end bad. Like I was telling you about my neighbor years and years ago who said her son was tased to death. So her son was even unarmed. So just because he's not carrying or anything, I try to let him know that he has to be like, why? Don't be a fool. Don't think you're going to slip through the cracks just because. Just because. Because every cop doesn't know that you're on the up and up, that you're straight on the straight and narrow. They profile you by how you look, your skin color. You might have your cap turned on backwards. Anything. Your car, if it has 9-inch wheels. Anything that, like if he loves to bump his music too. Like if you bumping your music loud. And I know this because I have a criminal justice degree, and I studied that profiling is allowed and it's accepted in the police, in the law enforcement area. You know, it's very accepted. We don't like it as citizens. We think profiling is evil, and it is to me. We think, well, me and my son does. We think that profiling is illegal. I mean, some people think profiling is illegal, but it's not illegal.
Right.
It's what they use to determine whether they're going to make their quota for the day. Like, they may have to, be behind 5 stops. They may need 5 stops on people. So they try to find someone they can profile to make that quota. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's when the stops turn ugly. And I try to explain that to my son and drill it into his head. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a person who's smoking weed in your car or you're not, or you don't smoke weed at all, like my son doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's your skin color that is going to trigger a stop for you one day that may not be good. So you always supposed to try to follow the law as much as possible. Just because you're not smoking weed, but if you're speeding, he loves to speed on the highway. You're breaking the law.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I try to tell him. Have you got any questions for me?
Yeah. So do your son go to school?
Yeah, he lives on a college campus in Florida, in Miami. He goes to FIU.
Oh wow. Oh wow, he's away from home. So you got to worry about him.
Right. But he's been home twice already. He's an exchange student from his college, so it's only for 2 semesters. So he started in August. Then he came home, I think, like October. Then he came home again for Christmas, and he just went back like January the 9th. And so I'm supposed to go down there for spring break, which is next week for a couple of days. But he won't be at home again until the end of April. They're finished up, they'll finish up by the end of April. So I'll be so happy when he's back home because he helps with the bills when he's here, but I got him all right now too.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so he'll be back, but it's just like, it's an exchange program. His grades are good, so they gave him the option to pick a college. Like, you could have picked California, Texas. He picked like 3 different colleges, but they only gave you the one where they have an opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so since he goes to like a major university here in Tennessee, it's like 30 minutes from Nashville. Then they have a lot of opportunities. Like, oh my goodness, for these young men, he has the option to go and teach English in Costa Rica for the summer if he wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Costa Rica, it's like 3 different countries that he can choose from. Like 3 of those countries in that area. I'm not good. He's good at geography. I mean, he's like, it's because he has that genius mentality thing going on.
Right.
He was tested as gifted.
Right. I got a question to ask you. So these young fellows, do you think that Preston should have the charges too?
Yes, I do. I think it's what you call collusion.
Collusion.
Collusion, yeah, where they got together and said, I'm gonna be a part of this. Even if you didn't actually put hands on, there's charges for that. It could be collusion, or
Okay.
it could be accessory to a crime.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So I definitely think whoever was there and saw it and actually touched Tyre, and actually watched it and didn't stop it or render aid, like you said, to the paramedics who were actually over there in front of him and saw him, up against the car, just knocked out.
Right.
They should have rendered aid. That is their job.
Right.
And that is all of their jobs, as public servants, to render aid.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm
if
saying?
they lied about it, saying, "Oh, I just sat in the car, I didn't even go out," that woman did too get out. She was giggling about it.
Yeah, that woman especially, she should be charged because she saw with her own two eyes him needing to be assisted. And if the other guys, the white ones, they should be too. Right.
Yeah, there was a white guy there that was helping holding him down and everything, and he's the one that had the metal stick, and he held. They was holding Tyre, and he took the stick and he hit him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I seen for myself, because I'm like, well, okay, so there's a white guy there, and he takes a stick. At first, he was hitting it on the ground. I guess he was trying to get the stick to come out or something, or I guess it comes out like a stethoscope or something. Like it. I mean,
it was a baton.
Yeah, it comes out, and then they was holding him, and like he was like, hold him, and then he kind of backed up a little bit, and then he hit it, Tyre, and he hit again, and then he went by the car and he just watched him for a while. But that's why I'm like, because he's got this yellow band on his arm, and I was like, that's okay. All these brothers, but two of them, they're medium or dark, but not to the point where I'm gonna, make a mistake. That's a white arm there that took that baton. See, I thought a baton was a wooden stick or something.
No, it's made of steel.
Oh, really?
The ones they have now are made of steel, and like you said, they you can pull them out, but they stay little at first, and then you can pull them out and make them long, where you can hit somebody with it.
Yeah, he made it long. He was doing something, beating it, and it got longer, and then they held him for him, and then he hit him. That's why I'm like, they see this other person hitting him with this stick. Why did they not? Yeah, no, it wasn't Preston.
Okay.
Preston had a black bead around his wrist. This guy has a yellow wristband.
Like, they just like some Nazis to me. Like, they're worse than like those people that work with Hitler. How could you see somebody doing that to a human being and not try to help them, or just say, no, I'm not going to participate, and go call 911? You know what I'm saying? Right. I know you are the police, but you aren't the police that should be there. Because
well, the sheriff was there. The sheriff was there.
Oh my God!
There was 3 sheriff officers there.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they were there. You know, the guy that came up and said, which way? It said, where's he at or something? And then they said he went that way. That was a sheriff. And then the sheriff car come up, and then he took off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then there's a red truck, and you got to remember, there's a red truck that comes up after that. That's the sheriff too. There was 3 sheriff officers that was in individual vehicles that had showed up, and then they only got suspended. They didn't get fired or anything. They got suspended.
Didn't even get fired?
Nope, they didn't even get fired.
It's just like, this is just like a travesty. justice. It's just heartbreaking. I feel that like they just hunted him down like an animal.
They did.
And yeah,
They did.
it hurts me to my heart. I'm praying for his mother, his father, his family. Oh my God! It's just like justice is crying out. His soul, he is crying out from the grave. His case, his body is crying out for justice. And if justice isn't done, just like I wrote in the chat, you know what? SC, Memphis will be on fire. Those people in Memphis, they are real dirty South.
Yeah.
They not like Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville will give protesters water and bottled water and coffee and stuff to try to, appease them.
Right.
As they did when they had riots across the country. That's what they did.
Now, you know what I'm going to tell you, and this is so true. Had they been all white officers, oh my God, everybody would be mad. They would be like, right. You know what I'm saying? They would be mad. But everybody's like, well, they black. I ain't going to say too much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
they're not as up in arms about it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, okay, now how y'all gonna feel? Because it's 5 black officers. I'm gonna feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because
I don't care what color they are. They corrupt, they dirty, they roasted.
Yeah. We got to be scared of every race, to be honest. I mean, like,
yeah, it's every race.
It's every race. And so I always tell people, you're going to have good and bad in each race. You're going to have, you're going to have good people that are white, and you're going to have good people that are black. You're going to have bad people that are white. You're going to have bad people that are black. But you can't put them all in a basket and say they all are like this. They just not. And I tell everybody that. I say, hey, had not before some white people in my life, I don't know where I would be at. And I know for a fact they didn't know me from Adam, but they reached out their hand and they was like, hey, come on, they treated me like I was family more than my family did. More than so I mean, and I'm gonna tell you, and I give thanks, I give God all the glory, but there's this one woman, her name was Wilma. She just changed my life about how it only takes one person to be nice to you.
That's right.
And then they all not like that. You know what I'm saying? They just not.
Yes, exactly.
And when people be like, you prejudiced just because I talk about a black subject or something, or I'm just telling the truth. No, I'm not prejudiced. I've never been prejudiced. It's just I've been treated bad by some white folks too.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you, the ones that hurt me the most was the black people treating me bad.
Right.
Because I didn't expect it.
I do agree.
And then when I found out that they just wanted what you got, or they want to be better, or they thought, like you bow down to them or something, like they treated me worse than the white people did. They really did. In every situation, getting jobs or something,
Yeah, we are too intolerant. And we want white people to be tolerant. We want other races to tolerate us, but we are too intolerant. We don't accept differences in our own race.
Right.
We put them down. We judge them more. A white person can do no wrong, but some people, not all, some black people in our race judge everything you do and say it's wrong.
Right.
And there is no book that says you have to be a carbon copy of your neighbor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And every roadblock that I've ever had in life, when I'm trying to do something, it has always been a black person.
Yeah, I have to tell a funny story. When I was in Germany with my husband a long time ago, I was taking a break from the army, and Germany was the most friendliest, best place I ever lived.
I heard Germany was pretty nice to all folks.
Back in the 80s, it was. I don't know about now, but they were like very, very tolerant. Like not just tolerating you, but just friendly. And it's like they didn't see a color.
Right.
I think so. It's the eyes that a person looks out of.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Like sometimes black people have been abused at home, and their mama has called them black and ugly or something. So they go and take that out on their own race when they see someone close to them or close to the color they are. They think it's okay. You know, I blame a lot of our upbringing on that.
Well, okay, you're saying that, but you know, when I think we're close to the same age, maybe not, but
I'm older than you, but not by a few years.
You're older than me?
I'm older, unless I'm older than you. I'm 55 plus.
No.
I'm older than you, right?
No. No.
I'm pretty sure I'll be 60 this year.
You'll be 60?
I'll be 60 in August.
You be 60?
In August, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you are older than me. But and your baby 21? Wow.
My baby. Yeah, I had him when I was 38. God bless him.
Girl, you was working it, wasn't you?
No, that was my miracle baby because I had 3 grown teenagers when he was born. And Kobe was the baby that just come in out of nowhere. But God is good because the doctor told me without him, girl, you wouldn't have nobody to help you because your other one's going to be grown and gone.
Right.
Yeah, because when I found out I was pregnant, I told the doctor said, this is good. I have good news. You're pregnant. I said, that's not good news. And I started to cry. And she said, no, it is good news because by the time your other ones are grown, he'll be the only one left at home and you'll have somebody to help you. You know, and he has been a blessing.
Yeah.
He is a blessing. He's the only one that stuck with me all the way through all these years. And we've never been separated since he was born, except now. This is the first time me and him have been separated when he's gone to Miami.
Wow. Wow.
But the campus is awesome. They have a mixture, since it's International University, they have a mixture of everybody down there. Yeah.
Wow.
But in his dorm, he lives in a 4-person, like, dorm.
Yeah.
And it's 2 white, and the other one is like from, he doesn't know where he's from, Cuba, maybe. And he's like, you know, American. So,
okay.
White, black, but it's no other, I wouldn't say African-American in the dorm with him, but they have him on campus.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, that's my baby, and without him, God knows what he's doing. God knows what he's doing, SP.
Yeah.
They don't never believe I'm the age I am. If I told them that if I didn't tell them, they wouldn't even believe I had children in their 30s. Stair-step.
Right.
My babies are stair-step. Yeah, the 3 that mix, I call it heck with them. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but I do try to teach Kobe. You know, even from here, I talk to him every other day. He calls me, or I call him, and he just talks and talks and talks. He's so smart, girl. He just asks questions before he does things, and he has a memory like an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how he survived. That's why I named him Kobe.
Yeah.
You remember, okay, Kobe was born in 2001, and if I'm not mistaken, that's the year Kobe on Survivor had won Survivor.
Okay.
So that's what I named.
Right.
He's a survivor, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you called in and shared with us your thoughts.
Okay, you're welcome. I'll get back in the chat.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye. Wow. If somebody else want to call, I'll take one more call. Even though we're over the hour, I'll take one more call if somebody wants to call in and share their thoughts. You think the guys are going, I don't think they're going to get out of jail. I don't think, there's other people and they're like, oh, they're not, they're doing the protocol. No. And I'm telling you guys something, I do worry about my son. Every time when I watch this, I'll call my son and say, hey, what are you doing? And we've been talking. He'd be like, dang, Mom, I'm at work. I'd be like, okay, I just want to hear his voice. I just want to hear his voice. I feel so bad for this mama. I just do, you guys. I just do. They were like animals on this man. It was a human hunt. It's something like you would dream about. I used to have dreams about the future. And this is almost just like it. Hey, this is SP. Hello. This is SP.
Hi, SP. How you doing? This is Miss Phyllis.
Hey, Miss Phyllis, I got your name down. What's going on?
You got it all, girl.
All right.
Listen, I just want to make a few little comments. I know you're about ready to get off here, but I want to get my 10 minutes in.
Okay. I got you on there.
A couple things. First of all, remind everybody that Tim Norman's sentences is coming up in a couple of days here. He wrote a letter talking about how he should receive a lighter sentence, if sentence at all. But he's going to get sentenced.
Why did he feel like he needs a lighter sentence when he took out his nephew?
Well, because he said he figures that, he wasn't the one that killed him. He is a strict narcissist, how do you pronounce that? He has no remorse. He doesn't even admit to himself that, he's the cause of all this. So, that's something typical you would expect him to say. What I don't understand is Miss Robbie still, I know it's her son, but when is she going to ever say publicly, he set this all up in motion. Yes, he's my son. I still love him, but he has to pay the price for what he did. And I think once she did that, a lot of people would be more in support of her than what she's doing now.
Well, it was her sister's son that got killed, though, right?
Right.
Well, if it was the tables had turned, she would be asking for the death penalty.
Right. But you're showing you're not even showing remorse.
Right.
What she's doing is setting people up to believe some of all the other rumors of things that were going on. So who knows? That may come to daylight one day and it may not. But neither one of them are helping the case. He just got to, you did the crime, he's got to pay the time.
Right.
He's got to do the time. The other thing is the Triple X, the rapper's murder trial.
Mm-hmm.
His lawyers are turning that thing into such a clown show. It's ridiculous. And I don't know why they're wasting taxpayers' money in that trial, too. They killed that young man. The one shot him. The other was right there beside him.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God the uncle didn't get shot. He opened up that door and they told him don't move. And once he heard the shot, he got out their car and he ran.
Mm-hmm.
So they got video all over the place that they killed that young rapper.
Okay.
It just doesn't stop. Cases here in Akron, Jalen Walker, and they're fighting over who's going to be on the police oversight committee here in Akron.
Mm-hmm.
One black man, and that's the reason we asked for the police oversight, because of all the black men here in Akron that they killed.
Right.
So we're saying because he signed up in one war that he really wasn't, that he shouldn't be. So tonight they're taking a vote, and there's no reason. That was an honest mistake. Mm-hmm. So he's in my ward. So what's the big problem? He still wants to be on the committee, and you have no reason not to allow him to be. He would be the only black male on the committee. So y'all pray for Akron.
Okay.
Get getting back to Tyre.
Well, hold on. We're praying for Ohio because are y'all smelling all those chemicals of that derailed train?
No.
Okay.
That's not near us.
Okay.
And yeah, we're praying for them because that's a bunch of bull crap too.
Okay.
I keep telling you, Ohio is a Republican state. They don't care nothing about black folks.
Well,
they just don't.
Yeah, Texas is a Republican state. Kansas is a Republican state. North Carolina is pretty much all of these Republican states. We're hearing about them now.
Right. Well, North Carolina, way back in the day, they ran out a whole city of black people who had their own businesses, their own banks, their own everything. And then some white folks came in from outside and ran them all out. So if they ever come back in there, they would kill them. Well, one man came back. He got permission to come back because one of his family members had died. But he had to get permission to come to a funeral of somebody that was his blood. So, and my family's from North Carolina, so. But anyway, Tyre case, continues to boggle my mind. Again, they know what they did. It shouldn't stop at 5. They should go all the way up until the police chief. I haven't heard anything more about her. So did they fire her yet?
No.
Okay, because they should, because they look back at her other record, and not on her other record, but at the other stories that are coming about this Scorpion team. So I think a lot of people need to be charged, not only in his case, but because of his case finally getting all this exposure, they have to do something. They're not going to be able to pat somebody on the wrist. Those 5 officers. I saw somebody in the chat said they're probably not going to do anything, give them a manslaughter charge.
Right.
The same thing in Akron. We will riot.
Yeah.
We will do whatever's necessary if they let the 8 officers here in Akron go. And that's the word on the street that they're going to let them go. And I don't look at Tyre's case any differently. They're guilty. All the conversations that they keep playing. Even I think the officers that they told their little lies to there on the street when they were getting their store together, that's obstruction of justice because they didn't call into the police station and notify the chief, hey, they're telling us a bunch of crap about what just happened to this young man.
Right.
So all of them should be charged.
Right. That because they're they seen a crime and didn't turn in. I said they were watching a crime and didn't even report it.
You didn't intervene. You didn't notify.
Right.
You didn't call. All of them.
Yeah, they were part of the criminal act.
And who's to say that these other cases that they did the same thing, there weren't other policemen?
Exactly.
On those cases.
Exactly.
The government might have to take over and come in and sweep out the whole department.
Exactly.
Some people say that might be a bit extreme, but no, enough is enough.
Exactly.
I don't care black, white, or what color. Nobody deserves to die like that, to be killed.
You're right.
And anybody in their normal sense, I would have run too. I would have ran.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, what are you stopping me for? And all of y'all coming upon me, yes, I would have run.
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, they was going to kill him anyway.
Yeah. And if you can get away, run. And I try to tell people I had to run one time. And Phyllis, I'm going to tell you what saved my life. That person kept going around the block looking for me. But you know what? I just stayed in the bushes. My whole jaw was broke. I could see my house from where I was at. I just stayed in the bushes.
Jesus.
If he would have just stayed in the bushes and not came out, it would have saved his life. Yeah. But as soon as he came out the bushes, they were waiting on him. They had his tag number. They even say that they got the tag. He lived close by. I went over that video so many. I at least went over it 20 times.
Oh, his mom stayed right down there somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. I know it was early morning.
But no, none of those houses, nobody heard him yelling.
You said early morning, it was late night.
Yeah, but when I say late night, early morning, anything after 12 was early morning to me. But nobody heard anything.
It was around about 8:30.
I thought it was later than that.
No, he was coming home from watching the sunset.
So then, how come nobody heard anything?
You know what? The way they put them cars, they put the cars right in front of the situation, right over here, right over there, so anybody that had a view could not be seen, and they worked him over.
See, that been here, and we noticing cars and stuff like that. We on the outside. We coming out.
Right.
To see what's going on. To see if there's some way we can stop them from unnecessary harm. And
the sad thing about it is they turned off, a lot of the officers turned off their body cam.
And even said it out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, the guilt is there, and so in that entire video, the guilt is there.
Yeah.
There's no way in their language, in their speech, in their movement, even why are you so out of breath? Because you have to do what you did know. But you out of breath, you can barely make it your own self. You got to catch your breath because you did evil.
Right.
You did evil upon evil.
Right.
I mean, you talking about it. You bragging about it. And I even say the people who got those photos, that's obstruction of justice because you didn't call it in.
Well, I'm going to tell you why some of those photos went where they went, because they had caught or apprehended the person that they were looking for. And so they sent the picture over there to the person, somebody got stabbed. And they was like, how did we already working this case? And the guy said, well, they already caught him or something. And he's like, what? He said, God dang. And then most of the pictures went to identify the person that had got stabbed. Was this the guy?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then, yeah, so when they're saying, well, we want to all say, oh, yeah, he sent it to his girlfriend, all that, yeah. Well, they sent it to each other saying, hey, can the guy identify this is him? And da-da-da-da-da, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, wherever...
I don't even like to speak on, the thing about the girlfriend, because to me it makes no difference if that was a situation. Still, bottom line.
Well, what I wanted to share with everybody is CJ, the chief of police, she act like she didn't know nothing about it. Preston Hempfield quit his job the next morning when he found out what condition this guy was in. He already knew. So yes, so there already been some talking. So now they're talking about, oh yeah, he was fired or he was let loose.
Right?
Huh?
He can still be charged, right?
Yeah, he can.
Okay. No, he should still be charged. I don't care if he did quit. That's after the fact.
Exactly.
That's after the fact. And I hope they don't drag this out and drag it out. It's too hard on mom and dad and the rest of the family. It's just too much.
Right.
And they don't, with people across the United States, they don't understand that they're pushing us into a civil war.
You're right.
It's had more than enough.
Right.
And we're not by ourselves anymore. So, I don't know, SP.
Right.
Justice comes in all forms, but you still have to fight for your rights.
Right. So had they not ever stopped this young man, he would be alive today.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would. But then think of the 1,000 others that would be alive.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's just too much.
Yeah.
70 years old, and this being Black History Month.
Yeah.
We've gone so far backwards. I don't care what nobody says. We ain't made that much progress.
Yeah, we haven't. We haven't. I see it. I even see it at my job. People want me to get on the fence with them, and they be doing the most, or like what Tyre said, they doing a lot. I'll be like, girl, I go to the bathroom.
Right.
I walk away and go to the bathroom because I just can't take it. I can't stand how they talk to people, elderly people. This girl, she told somebody to go to her room and she'll be down there or something. A young lady, she probably about 20 years old. So the lady was in the wheelchair and she was sitting there like waiting. And so the young 21-year-old said, "Didn't I tell you to go to your room?" And you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at her like, why are you talking to this adult like this? You're talking to the adult like she's a kid. And then somebody said something about it and she started giggling. And I thought to myself, what the heck is funny? But that's the way they
ain't got no upbringing. Ain't got no upbringing. Yeah, no upbringing.
I mean, look.
Military just is not like it used to be.
No, it's not.
Not at all.
And it's hard because it's nothing you can do about it.
Everybody still got potty. Everybody still got sponged off at bedtime. They got their backs rubbed. They got their heel protectors on. Whatever was needed, it got done. I don't care how short you were. They just maybe you didn't get as many rounds put in, but everybody got taken care of.
Yeah.
And that put myself out there. Because I'd always tell my age, I won't have you do nothing that I won't do.
Right.
And
well,
one other person working the floor, that's what we did. And there were many a nights that happened.
My husband said, wherever I go, it's going to be like that.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Well, I just, after my disability, I just, people, agency and stuff would call, aren't you ready to come back? No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Gotta go in a different direction.
Right.
Gotta go in a different. Girl, I love that hairstyle, that color. You're looking on fire.
Oh, thank you.
You better watch out.
Yeah, he's not worried.
How is the little one?
Pretty good.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here.
All right. Thank you.
So I gotta go get ready. But everybody I know is praying for the family, all the family. And the West Boys, that'll be coming up soon too. So
yeah.
So much to keep in prayer and pray for one another, you guys. And if it gets to be too much, take care of yourself, take a little pause, and then come back.
Right.
We just have to keep loving on one another.
Yes.
And I love you all.
I love you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, you guys, we done heard from two family members. We got Soldier Girl and we got Phyllis in the basket and the Easter thing. I love when you guys call in and share with me what you think about stuff. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Keep the family, the Wells family in your prayers, you guys. They're going to need it. They're going to need it. And wow, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I know this ain't my kid, but man, for some unknown reason, I can't get this case. And it's not a baby. I just can't get it out of my system. But you guys, I am going to get off of here. I will see you guys Wednesday. Sure, I ain't got no classes coming up or anything. So I'm going to get off of here. Got a lot of stuff to do. I tried to give Diesel a bath, and he gave me one. So we're trying to figure out a way to get him all taken care of because this is not going to work this way. But you guys, I want you guys to see Tyre in his natural raw state before we go. And I'll see you guys Wednesday. Thanks for the ones that called in. Hopefully you guys will call in Wednesday in the 30 minutes after the intro and the information, and you can be entered in the Easter giveaway. We got one golden egg we're going to give away. All right. All righty.